Glitch has just responded to all the drama surrounding episode 9 of The Amazing Digital Circus. And honestly, there's a lot to unpack here. Kevin, the CEO of Glitch, stepped in personally to explain what's going on with the theater release of the finale, and explains why it's coming out in theaters 2 weeks before it comes out on YouTube. I'm going to show you guys the full statement so you can hear what he has to say. Hey everyone, Kevin, CEO of Glitch here. I wanted to jump in and talk about the theater release of the finale of the Digital Circus, and it being 2 weeks before its YouTube release. The reason we're pushing for this is all because this one event has the potential to change how the entire industry views indie animation. If this works, if we can get a YouTube animated series into thousands of theaters globally, it opens the door not just for us, but for many creators, many projects, and the future of original, creator-led storytelling. To be blunt, getting to this point has been an uphill battle. The traditional film industry has never really done something like this before on global scale. Like a lot of the bets we've taken over the last 8 years of running Glitch, it takes a bit of a risk to push into new territory, but we really believe it's worth it. The 2-week cap came a lot of back and forth. Theaters were originally asking for a minimum of a month. I pushed hard to get it down to 1 week or less, but they weren't willing to budge that far. 2 weeks was where we finally landed, and even that was apparently unheard of for them. I get that it's not ideal for everyone, and I genuinely hear the frustration. But if this works, it changes the games for us, and for a lot of independent creators down the line. I also hear those of you who are frustrated because there isn't a theater near you yet. We are working around the clock to fix that. We're currently in active talks with many theater chains around the world. We're pushing for more screenings in more locations every single day. Also, we want to get into theaters in our home, Australia. Trust me, we do. We're just waiting for someone to respond to us. For those of you who've been respectfully reaching out to their local cinemas, thank you. It is actually working. Those emails are the best leverage we have to show theaters that it's a massive audience waiting for this. We're doing everything in our power to make this as accessible as possible, while still trying to move the needle for indie animation as a whole. Thanks for sticking with us. By Kevin, the CEO. So, after hearing all of that, here's what really stands out the most. This isn't just about delaying an episode. It's about Glitch trying something that's never been done at this scale before. They're basically testing if an indie animation series can be in local theaters around the world. And if this does work, it could open a lot of opportunities for other indie creators with their shows. But at the same time, I get why people are frustrated. Not everyone has access to a theater showing this. And even if you do, waiting 2 extra weeks just to see it on YouTube is just crazy. So if you really think about it, it puts fans in a weird spot. Support the bigger vision or just be left out. Something important that he mentioned is that he's trying to expand this. They're talking to theater chains, pushing for more locations, and trying to make it available in more countries. And apparently, fans reaching out to their local cinemas is actually working, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. So yeah, there's a lot of good things happening for this, but also a lot of negative things happening. It could be a huge step forward for indie animation, or just a frustrating experience for a lot of viewers. But what do you guys think? Do you think this is a good thing, or do you think they made a big mistake? Let me know down below. And in that case, that'll be all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed watching, make sure to drop a like, or maybe even subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.